I was so very young, though I do have two distinct memories from that time. In the first, I was lost in the street of a big town. I was crying, and a man and woman came up to me and asked,
"Why are you crying?"
"I've lost my mother." They took me to the police. In the second memory, my grandfather, who was in uniform, visited me at my kindergarten. He had just come from being on the front lines.
Olga?
I asked him, "Please, Grandpa, take me home, please." That's what I remember from the war. And then,
The war ended.
1945. Let's go home.
It was my family's strong wish to return to their motherland.
At the time, though I didn't know it. I was too busy growing, playing, learning. To me, this was my life, and I was a happy child.
I was surrounded by a family that loved me very much. I went through a lot in the war, though I don't remember it with my memory. It's in my body. What remains is an imprint, like a fingerprint.
In 1951, you relocated to Minsk.
I grew.
You became a young woman. Stalin ruled, restricting Jewish people. It was incredible poverty.
Though I was still able to get a very good education.
You were married. And you had a son.
He was my joy.
You continued to work hard.
My mom encouraged me to become a dentist because she said,
"Wherever you go, you will have your specialty in your hands."
I was to discover that she was right. Soon I divorced. My son was growing up.
The Soviets started a war with Afghanistan. There were rumors the war would never end.
I was beginning to feel worried for my son and I. I felt like there was no hope. So I decided on my own to move to America. Just me and my son. Just us.
You were so brave.
I don't quite know how I managed to leave my grandparents. I love them so much.
You were so strong.
But I thank God I did it. New York City. It was like a whole other world. 1980. I was 39 and my son was 13. This was our future in front of us. But 5.5 years later, I was officially a dentist in the United States.
And you paved the way for the rest of your family.
10 years later, the rest of my family arrived to America.
Your mother, your uncles, your cousins, and much more family after that.
My grandparents died before they could leave Russia.
But your mother bravely made the trek at age 73.
And I, at age 96, am still living in Brooklyn to this day. Olga, we could have never done it without you.
You too were a pioneer.